Hey guys, Paul here from GOHUNT, and we're going to do a bit of a gear dump for a high country mule deer archery hunt I drew here in my home state of Nevada. I'm pretty excited about it, so let's not wait any longer. Let's jump right into it. I want to start with my backpack, with the vessel, what's taking everything up there. So I have the Stone Glacier Sky Archer 6400. For me, I'm a size 34 waist, so I went with the medium belt. I really like this frame. It's a really customizable fit and feel for my body, for my shoulders and everything. I can customize the straps, the hip belts, and all of that. I do have one of these small accessory pockets here on the hip. I'll usually keep snacks in there. I'm a grazer. I like to have anything from peanut M&Ms to waffle stinger wafers, anything like that, just to keep the energy high throughout the day. Being in touch with your body is really important, so having my snacks close is great. I don't have it on there, I did forget it, but I have a large accessory pouch I'll also have on this side behind my water bottle holster. And I'll typically carry my 32-ounce Nalgene bottle on the outside just to have quick access water, and I'll have my my 48-ounce Nalgene bottle on the inside, and that'll either be my refill, or if we sit, I can drink a little bit more. I don't use a reservoir personally. I've had terrible experiences with them busting in my pack a lot, and so I've ditched them. Okay, so I'm going to start with my apparel, guys. Starting with this 20-liter compression sack that I have. I usually like to compartmentalize everything within my backpack so I know where it all is and I'm not just pulling everything out like a Mary Poppins style. So just jumping in here real quick. I'm just going to show you the layers that I am taking on this hunt. I'm expecting it to be, and what the weather looks like it's going to be up there is maybe in the high to mid 70s. You never know if we might have a warm snap here in Nevada and it's just going to shoot right up through into the 80s. Or where we are in August, it could be monsoon season, or it is monsoon season, and just drenched and cooler weather. But I want to be ready for either or. So just to kind of start off as a mid layer, I'm going to have my Stone Glacier Helio hoodie. Love these guys. This grid fleece technology really keeps me warm and comfortable in most any condition. I'll also be taking one of the Chilkoot hoodies by Stone Glacier as well. I like merino, pretty big fan of it as far as antimicrobial, no stank kind of thing for this 5-day hunt that I'll be up there. So I'm taking that in conjunction with one of their Avro hoodies. I'll probably take this on the way up the mountain just so I can sweat. It breathes really well and everything else, so I'll be taking the Stone Glacier Avro hoodie. And then I'm also going to be rocking the Fjallraven Keb Agiles. I love these guys. Really breathable, really comfortable. I wear these in a 34 tall with the G1000 nylon knee pads and kind of like a built-in gaiter on the bottom and thigh patches. These guys rock, so very comfortable pant for the hunt. I'm also going to be rocking the GOHUNT Softy 2.0 hat. Really, really breathable. You can see that hashtag sweaty hat line on it. Love this guy. So I'll be taking one of those. And I also have like a big sun hat that my buddy got me just offline. Take that just to protect my head. If you're sitting there glassing, the sun moves, you just want some good brim protection. In case the rain does come in, I am using Stone Glacier's M5 series in pants and jacket. Love these guys. They fit really great. They're tried and true. I used them in Arizona when it was cold and really nasty conditions, and this was great. So that will be my outer shell and rain stuff just in case. And I'm not sure that I will need them, but I'd rather have them and not use them than need them and not have them. I'm going to take the Peaks Stormcastle gaiters. These are also a tried and true. I'm a big fan of gaiters and trekking poles and odd things. These guys are lifesavers, and so they will be in my pack for sure. From there, I do have a small packable pouch here. This is just going to be some small things like underwear, socks, my Sea to Summit wipes, so I have like an extra pack here. This is just going to be like my toiletry kit and everything I need for just extras, so that's going to be with me as well. Keep my hands comfortable on the way in. I do have the Chinook Merino gloves. These guys fit my hands really, really well. Early morning stuff, glassing, moving around, stalking, anything like that, I'd rather have them with me. And they're easy to actually put in the Fjallraven Keb Agile, this little pocket here. It's really nice to just throw these in here so you have them if you just need to reach down or whatever you need. And then I could just have a pair of like insulated leather gloves that I'm taking with me around camp, anything like that. We're going in on horseback, so if I need to help throw a saddle or we need to do anything, I just have a reinforced insulated glove for that reason. The belt I'll be wearing is kind of a climbing belt. It's just a nylon climber's belt. This was made by Bison. I got this years ago and it's been with me ever since, and I really, really like it. So I'll be wearing a Bison nylon climbing belt. I'll be rocking one of our GOHUNT waffle knit beanies. This thing is really comfortable. Color might not be for everybody. I love this thing. If I ever need to get rescued, they're going to see me because of this. This is going to be my Grumman light down jacket that I will have in between. This is going to be probably more for the static glassing. If we have a really, really cool morning, just popped out of the tent or heading to a ridge and going to start looking for nice big bucks, kind of cruising up and out, I'm going to probably have this on just to stay warm. And then as the day breaks down, I can just shed this off, pack it, and then put it away. So this is a really convenient Grumman light down jacket in the forest color. Really like that. As you all know, I'm a very technical guy, so I have to have the most technical footwear in the industry, and I'm taking my Crocs with the built-in four-wheel drive. Dude, camp isn't anything without a Croc. I don't care what anyone says. And then I'm going to be rocking the Tyus this season. I'm a really big fan of this boot. Really, really lightweight, nice stiff outsole, but breathable. Again, just prepared for anything that might be cold and wet, Gore-Tex boot. Anything hot and dry, breathable because of Gore-Tex. So Tyus is going to be protecting my feet on this hunt this year. Moving over from apparel, I'm just going to go to other accessories. It's going to be like optics and everything else, so let's jump into it. So for this trip, we just want to jump into my optics, as I mentioned before. So I'm going to be taking in the Vortex Razor 85 spotting scope. I'm going to be using this on a really, really cool tripod that I'm excited about. So Razor spotting scope 85 millimeters is going to be great for just kind of sitting up on the top of the ridges, getting a really good vantage point of some bucks, again, moving around in the canyons and everything else. And I'm going to use that in conjunction with my 12x50 Razor UHDs that I'm taking with me as well. And I'm going to be using both on the Tricer AD tripod. I am very, very excited about using this. This Tricer AD is incredibly light. For the AD, it's like 33 ounces. It's insane. I'm using it with their little LP pan head here. Really, really efficient little guy. I don't need a lot. I usually like to glass with stuff kind of near here because I like to sit like this while I'm glassing and moving everything around. So I just kind of sit, like I know some guys like it in the front, whatever's clever for everyone else. And then I have their bino adapter on the top. This is Arca Swiss compatible. I can loosen this up, slide it out, put my spotter in. So I'm pretty excited about using this guy on my hunt. I'm going to be using my optics in marsupial large enclosed vinyl harness. As everyone knows, got my little rangefinder pouch here. Within my vinyl harness, I like to keep my windicator. I like to keep a set of Easton wrenches with me. If anything comes loose, because we are going in on horseback, I do want to have my wrenches with me. And then on the side here, I just have a lighter, a Benchmade mini bug out knife, and I have like a little tripod that I usually put for my phone if I need to record anything, if I need to take some pictures of an animal down, or it's also got a bottle opener in case we need to celebrate or drown our sorrows. So usually like to keep some small stuff on me in my vinyl harness. I'll have my tag with me, which is another important thing to take with you. So make sure before you guys leave, create a checklist, go down your checklist with everything you need, check it twice if need be. But I usually keep this behind my vinyl harness with me and on my person. So it's pretty much the optics I'm taking. You guys, of course, my iPhone as well. If I need to do anything for digiscoping, I'll have that with me as well. And using the Olin setup for that, which has been really efficient and I really, really like. So I'm going to move over a little bit just to my cook system. I'm going to be taking our GOHUNT Spork. Really like this guy, actually, with this neat little bag. And the reason is why is I lose them all the time. And a bright orange bag is the quickest thing to find in my backpack. So I actually keep it in there with another Spork by Cedar Summit. So I just have two together if something happens. I actually had a hunt one time. I was hunting black bear in California, and I lost my Spork. And I happened to find a twig that branched. This is a true story, by the way. And I had some foil because I packed in a couple bean and cheese burritos. And I got foil and I put it around the split stick. And I kind of indented it down and I made a spoon. And I just ended up kind of like flying food into my mouth. But it worked for a little while and I was able to eat. So I'm going to be using the Jetboil flash system. Love this guy, tried and true. Really, really great with the neoprene cover on the outside. Also coffee press compatible if you need it to. That's just called the Jetboil Java system. It's got a little cup on the bottom for measuring if you need to, and I'm just taking it with their 8-ounce ISO Pro canister. The trekking poles I'm taking on this trip are going to be Black Diamond trekking poles. I love a cork handle, nice and ergonomic and natural in the hand. Trekking poles are great for stability. Read a study that they can save up to 18 to 25% of the pressure we put on our joints, and being a taller guy, heavier packs and everything else, it's important not to just drive down the mountain and just put all that pressure on my ankles and my knees. I don't need any help busting them up, so trekking poles help to save those a little bit. Moving over to my Possibles pouch here. Shout out to Kevin and the team that designed these GOHUNT gear bags, man. I like the little ones, actually. It keeps everything condensed. I feel like when my bags are too big, I want to put too much in it. So I keep them small. So I got my possibles pouch and I have my little toiletries pouch. And within my possibles pouch, I just have some stuff by My Medic. So I'll have like a blister pack. I'll have like the hiker pack. Excuse me for 1 second. I'll have like my hiker pack, which this thing has a ton of stuff on the back. These things are so incredibly convenient. I love them, and they're really not heavy at all, so they're not that cumbersome. For some of you that might already have a great pack, just check it. Make sure nothing's expired, nothing's gone out of date, and these bags are resealable, so you can always just keep using this, and it's waterproof. Again, more toiletry wipes if I need it. I got some paracord. I got some backup AAA batteries for my headlamp, and I have a backup headlamp. Paracord, actually have this little thing that I got gifted to me. It's a bandana with like all this first aid stuff and tracks and all that. You never know if you need a bandana, whatever it might be, but also there's just a few things with some knots, just some knowledge in case you get yourself in a pickle. Have knives with me, have a flint, Gear Aid. Holy crap, this stuff is like amazing. I love Gear Aid. Or tenacious tape. Just have a flint stick, magnesium, and everything else if I need to start a fire. And I had my pyro putty, which I probably left at home, but it will be in my bag before I leave. So, and also one other thing that will be in here is my Goal Zero Venture 35, my Goal Zero charging cables, my iPhone cables, my Garmin Phoenix cables, and my InReach cables will all be tied together with this little guy, so I can get a charge off of that. And I'm taking the Nomad 10 solar panel with the Flip 10 on the back. I can actually just plug the Flip 10 in on the back here, and it could just charge while it's sitting there in the sun at camp. If I need anything, that's a great for an iPhone charge if I need to get back to it. Or I can also just leave this behind here in the sun, and it will charge all day while we're out chasing muleys and packing out and stuff. So really lightweight, really small. I was kind of hesitant on taking something like this at the beginning, but it's actually not that heavy, and I've taken on a few other trips and it's worked incredibly efficient, so that's just peace of mind. A few other things that I'll have in my pack are going to be just small accessories. Well, one will be actually my Platypus gravity feed system. It's a 4-liter system, so I'll have a 4-liter dirty bag which filters down to a 4-liter clean bag. Really light. This thing I think is 1.5 pounds, if not under a pound. It was far more efficient than a pump system. I was in Alaska and I was trying to pump water, and I wasn't aware that glacial water has fine sediment that will just ruin a filter and pump system. So I ended up blowing a gasket, and that wasn't great. And then it was just cumbersome and heavy, so I wanted to go with something lighter and efficient, and these are great. But I also take an extra filter because if it does get cold and there's some residual water left in here, these can crack. And if you only take one, that's it. It's over with. And I probably haven't filtered water in this for about a year, so it's always good to swap these out, because if you've got any bacteria sitting in there and you haven't changed it and you haven't maintained this, you can end up just introducing Giardia or some really nasty Cryptosporidia right into your gut. So check on that, maintain it, and then take an extra with you. One small creature comfort I will take is a lacrosse ball. Being a big fella, my IT bands might get sore. When I'm side hilling, I'm really relying on the outside of my feet a lot. My hips might get tight when I'm packing out or something, so I'll take a lacrosse ball, and at night I'll just kind of rub everything out and just push a lot of that lactic acid around or loosen up some sore muscles. So this is something that's, I know everyone's like, it's added weight. It is, but if I want to stay mobile on the mountain for 5 to 7 or 10 days, I have to stay moving. I will have this with me. Another thing I want to have is some sort of glassing pad. Here I have a very grizzly-proof Z-seat. This thing's been through hell and back with me, tried and true. But anyways, this is just more of a glassing pad. Think of having one, whether it's going to be something big and heavy duty and thick, or just something light, just to kind of keep some distance between you and a rock that's going to bother you while you're glassing. So keep that with you. That's going to cover a lot of the accessories that are going to be on my pack, in my pack, and with me, and just the small things I might need as I go through my hunt. I'm now going to jump into my sleep and shelter system, and then we're going to close it all out with my weapon that I'm taking with me. So let's get to it. Okay, so most importantly, having all that gear is great, but if you don't have a place to lay your head at night, it doesn't really matter. So this is going to be my sleep system for this hunt. I am going in the Stone Glacier Skyscraper 2-person tent. Since we are going in on horses, I thought it'd be nice to take a little bit heavier, more robust tent system. I have used this in the past, and it has been really, really great. I love the headroom I have in there. The width on the inside is a little bit larger than most 2-person tents, which is good for a guy about my height. So I have enough room to put all my gear out in there if I need anything else in there. This is a really, really great system. Set the trekking poles up on the outside, give you a bit of a porch if you need to. The vestibule is really wide, which makes this really nice in case you're stuck in there with a rainstorm or something. You can move around a little bit. You don't get, cabin fever in there. Inside of that, I'm laying down the Big Agnes Zoom UL insulated sleeping pad. Really, really like this guy. So this is actually a long wide for this one here, and it's like 1 pound, 4 ounces, I believe. Really, really small, really lightweight, size of an Algene. It's kind of got the honeycomb baffles on it as well, so for weight distribution, it's really comfortable. And I'll be laying that down on the inside of this, and on top of that will be my Chilkoot 15 sleeping bag. Again, I don't know if it's going to be really, really cold. It could fluctuate and be maybe a little bit warmer, maybe in the 50s at night. But I'd have this bag that I can zipper down, have it as a large quilt, or if it does get cold, I can zip it up and regulate my body heat. So again, I'd just rather be prepared more than anything. So that is going to be my sleep system for this backcountry archery mule deer hunt. And I'm going to move over to my kill kit. So for my kill kit, I'm going to have this little Havalon set up here, taking a little more weight than I normally would. Just going to have a bone saw and all kinds of cool stuff in it. But then I also have some gloves. I have a couple pairs of gloves in my possibles pouch as well if something were to happen, whether you have to help a friend out with something or you just need extra gloves because you're running out. I've just got a bunch of extra gloves with me. And then I just have a bunch of blades, saw blades, skinning blades, and everything else with this larger knife. So it's just a little kit that I thought I'd bring with me. You never know if you need anything, and because we can afford to take a little more weight, I thought I would just bring it with. So it's my kill kit for the hunt. And then also, we have a really great game bag setup here in these GOHUNT gear bags. This is our deer bag kit. And so if I open this up here, they actually come with gloves. If you guys are still in the market for some, so they'll come with some gloves for you here. And then we're going to come with some really awesome GOHUNT game bags. So this will be great because I really love chasing antelope with my bow. I really love chasing black bear in the fall with my bow. These bags are going to have a lot more than just this one mule deer hunt. So I'm really looking forward to using these guys here just to show you the overall size of this bag. They're going to be great. And then on the inside, I got some handles if anything comes up and we got to hang this guy up in a tree, anything like that. Really great, double stitched and everything else. These are tough, and I'm really looking forward to getting them dirty this year. So, but none of that would be possible without a bow. So after my kill kit, let's talk about my weapon. So for this hunt, I am taking my Matthews Atlas with me. The longer draw is great for my 32.5-inch draw length. So I've been shooting this bow a lot. I love this bow a lot. I've learned a lot about it, working on it and everything like that. And then with that, I'm shooting a TrueFire Sear hinge release. I've shot this thing for a long time. I've learned a lot with this release, and I'm taking a backup as well. I don't want to get complacent that if something fails on this, it's always good to have a backup release on a hunt. So yeah, I'll do that. And then on the way up, I'll probably take some extra arrows. I will be taking these 5 with me, but I'll have probably another 5 in the truck with some spare broadheads and everything like that, just in case something comes up, you have a backup plan. So that is my gear dump, you guys. Nevada high country mule deer this year. Very stoked, very excited. I hope you guys got to learn a little bit about something today, and I look forward to sharing the rest of my story with you later. So thanks for watching.